Okay, Mike Bohn joined now by Angela Hill, who fights Tabatha Ricci Saturday in the co-main event, UFC on ESPN 62. Angela, another big fight for you, good placement and everything. I guess just what were your thoughts when you got this one, and how happy are you to once again be in their 25th UFC fight, I believe?
25th, yeah. It feels pretty good. It might be 26. I'm not sure. I lost count at like 18. I was just like, whoa.
Right.
um, but it felt good. This is a matchup that I liked. I wanted someone higher, but unfortunately, most of the people higher I already fought. So it's nice to get some fresh blood, some fresh meat. I mean, and you know, yeah, I feel really good. I feel really strong. I feel like I'm more dangerous. I feel like there's a lot of tools that I can use against her, and uh she's a cool chick. I have no animosity towards her either. I always feel like I fight better when I like the person I'm fighting. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it is 26, 25 in this division, because I think you did one at
Uh,
125, right?
no, I did a catch weight at
Catch weight, right.
120 with
Mm.
Loopy just because we were they moved it up. They bumped it like to a 10-day notice fight. But I wanted 115. She says she could have made 115. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, do you think like when all is said and done, you're probably going to have the most fights of any woman in UFC history? I mean, right now it's just like a race between you and Jessica Andrade, and then everyone else is like way down the list in comparison.
Yeah. Well, and Josh is like, she's cheating. She's fighting in both weight classes. So I'm like, yo, like pick one so I can beat you when it comes to the most fights.
Right.
Hopefully I'm excited about trying to break that record. It's one of those things where I don't take a lot of damage when I fight. I think just recently I've started to actually take a tiny bit of damage, so I've been trying to work on my defense and make sure that I'm still getting in there and coming out healthy, with like healthy brain, healthy body, and everything. So I feel like just having more of an emphasis on grappling has uh prolonged my career, has definitely added some years to it, and people can say that, oh, why is she still fighting, but like I still feel young, I still feel fresh, I still do well against the girls that are coming in, and I feel like I have a wealth of knowledge that I can use to my advantage as well.
Yeah. Why do you think anyone would say like why is she still fighting? I mean, you've never had like a crazy losing streak or anything, at least in this run back in the UFC with the second stint. And yeah, like you've always been consistent. I haven't seen like big decline. If anything, you've seen growth and improvement in your game.
Thanks. Yeah, I think people just like new things. They like seeing something fresh and shiny, like a brand new strawweight off a contender series. But like, uh, us old gals, we got spunk too. We can do new things. We can learn new tricks, and I think I just have to be more exciting in my fights. Like I always felt like I was an exciting fighter, but when it comes to attention spans, people like fights with finishes. So if I can translate that excitement into getting more finishes, I think I'll definitely be someone that people are more excited to see perform.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how anyone could doubt your growth. You're just coming off your freaking first submission win, performance of the night, and everything. Like
Yeah.
you're doing all the things you should be doing, checking these boxes of improvement. And I mean, this is only good signs for an upward trajectory still, right?
Yeah, I was really proud of that. I think she was a black belt, the girl that I submitted, and I think a lot of my kind of jujitsu journey that I've been on is just realizing that I'm as good, even if I don't have the belt that says that, hey, I did all these things. I've been on the mats for a long time. I just needed to gain confidence in my approach, have like more of a focus on finishing as opposed to just getting a good position to hit. And I think with the girls, a lot of us are, it's not just our size and that we don't hit as hard as the bigger guys, but it's also we're really tough. We have chins on us and we will not quit no matter what. So I think in a lot of instances, like fights that I could have had go my way, that I could have, won close decisions or whatever. If I had just like had that confidence in my submission game, then I would have finished it. There's a lot of fights where I had someone deep in something and I just didn't go for it fast enough, or the bell rung, or I didn't have like the adjustments that I needed to get that finish. And so looking back on those things, I'm like, man, well, I can't change the past, but I can definitely affect the future and get more wins in my column just by having that confidence in it.
And do you feel like if you win this one, I mean, you're 4-1 in your past five entering this, the only loss, a main event fight of the night to Mackenzie Dern, who's obviously, a high ranked fighter in the division.
Mm.
If you win this, do you feel like you need to get that fighter ranked ahead of you that you wanted this time around instead of Tabitha?
Hopefully, I mean, it would make less people confused if I did get a title shot off of this. But nowadays, it's like whatever is convenient, it can go down. So, I definitely want to get someone higher ranked eventually, but right now I'm just focused on Tabitha, and she's a really tough girl. She's been higher ranked than me before, within the last couple of years, so it's
Mhm.
still someone that I have to really put all my efforts into, put all my mental energy into. And I think in the past I've gotten a little ahead of myself, like with the Dern fight. I'm like, ooh, if I beat her, ooh, what's gonna
Right.
happen next? And oh, I'm good. No, thank you. Sorry, no room service.
Housekeeping.
Yeah, yeah, they're on it. Yeah, so I think I would get a little ahead of myself, and that would just clam me up. It would make me nervous to mess up, and then that actually makes you mess up. That affects your performance. You don't take risks. You don't have that same I guess quickness that you have when you're just in there to fight, and you're not thinking about the consequences of winning or losing. So that's why I've tried to stay away from like focusing too much ahead of myself, and it's something that my coaches have told me since I started fighting. But you got to come to that realization yourself before you actually apply it in real life. So I finally started figuring out how to do that, how to stay in the moment, how to be more present, and not get too freaked out about whatever story I make in my head on what could happen next.
Yeah. And what's your assessment, I guess, of Tabitha coming into this fight? Like, she's being two straight split decisions. You could make the argument she won both. You could make the argument she lost both, depending on kind of your output or your perspective on it. What do you kind of just make of her? Like, do you think she's on a high coming into this fight, or maybe she has some questions about her confidence, knowing how close these past two fights were for her?
Well, I think I don't know. I've never been in a position where I could win a close fight. So I don't know what she's feeling.
Right.
But if anything, I do feel that pressure to really put it on her, really make it known that I won each round, I won each moment. I want to try to get in there and break her. I know it's going to be tough. She's been in there with some tough girls and has been able to prevail. So I think if I just focus on what I've been doing in the past, just trying to win every little exchange, trying to draw out things, and not getting surprised at where I'm winning the fight, because anything can happen in this fight. This is one of those ones where I could be winning on the feet, I could be winning on the ground, I could be like winning the scrambles. There's a lot that can go down in this fight. That's why it's like one of those ones where they're like really close odds. And strawweights, you never want to bet on a strawweight fight. You never know what's gonna happen. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think if anything, she knows how to win rounds, and I just have to be conscious of that when it comes to like my volume, when it comes to how many big moments I'm having within the round, and make sure I'm always looking to finish.
Yeah, definitely. I guess just last thing before I get you out of here. Speaking of strawweights, who do you think deserves the next title shot or will get it? Because I know you've done some analyst work, you have your podcast, so you have takes on the game. But it seems Tatiana Suarez is injured still. Verna is obviously
Oh,
on a nice streak. So like, which way do you think they go with Zhang Wali here?
dang. Well, I was wondering about that because I hadn't heard
Mhm.
anything about Tatiana, but is that like the the word.
Ye Yeah, I mean, I
Word
know
on the
she got
street.
hurt again. I think she was supposed to fight in February against I can't remember who, but then she pulled out, and I think, like,
Yeah.
she's still recovering, and maybe they're worried about putting her in a title fight, like, when she's just being so inconsistent with the injuries and things like that, so I think they'd
Yeah.
like to see her maybe win one more, and then she's right there, obviously.
I wonder if they're gonna try to make her fight Virna because she was booked to fight Lemos, and then that's the one that she got injured on.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I'm curious what they're gonna do with her. Maybe they do give her that Lemos fight coming off a loss. It'd be like a safer one than giving her someone like Virna and then messing up that streak. I think Virna upsets a lot of people. You know, like she's the one that gets in there and she scraps and she just does her. And I would love to see Virna get the title shot because I think she deserves it, and I think she's been overlooked since she's been in the division. Um, and Suarez, she's been around, but I don't think she's going anywhere. If she's getting injured and then pulling out, like, for the division, I think it would be tough for the division to stay active if you had a champion that was getting injured a lot. So I think once
Yeah.
she figures out how to consistently stay away from that, then people would be super excited to see her fight. I'm wondering where Whaley stands in this because Whaley seems like she hasn't been clamoring to fight.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'd love to see them both fight for the championship. I just wonder who's gonna get the call first. I feel like it's gonna be Virna. I feel like I don't know, maybe they think Virna's gonna lose, but I think she has a good chance of winning championship. And yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Heal
seems
up,
wide open.
Tatiana. Jeez, like
Yeah.
I actually invited her out to train because I feel like one thing with girls, especially strawweights, is that we always have bigger training partners, so it's really easy to get hurt, especially someone like Tatiana, who's probably a beast, and it's probably hard for her to keep her female training partners. Like, so just like smashing them up every time they train. So they're like, yo,
Yeah.
go train with the flyweight guys. But yeah, I think it's a really tough thing. And I think that's kind of one of the advantages I've had at my camp is just being able to get a nice big group of girls to come and train with. We're all around the same size, and sparring days have been a lot more productive on those days than back when I only had like guys to train with, or I only had people huge to train with. So yeah, come out, come out, Tatiana.
Yeah, there you go. Well, this
Come
division's
play with
wide
us.
open. Yeah, this
Yeah.
division's wide open right now. I mean, I don't think there's someone super obvious in which direction they want to go. So you get this big win on Saturday, Angela. Use that mic time wisely. I think it could lead to something big for you.
Oh, okay. I'll say you said that. Oh, you should ask for a bonus this time too.
All right, I will. I will. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
All
the
right.
time, Angela. I know you got a lot of media to do today, so I appreciate your time, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks so much.